Today in this video, I will be discussing how you can grow the LinkedIn of the company that you work for or a company that you started on your own. So just to give you some background on what type of experience I have. So I am a senior in college right now, but I have done internships in multiple companies throughout the summers. And especially last summer, I worked at a consulting company as an intern in marketing, and I was able to grow their LinkedIn by nearly 50% in only a matter of 3 months. So I think that I have a pretty good insight on how to do so. And so here are my 3 tips on how you can do this. Okay, so the first tip that I have is whatever you post on LinkedIn needs to grab the attention of the person that it comes across. So typically a person will only spend a second, 2 seconds at most seeing your content as they scroll through LinkedIn. And this means that they need to see your content immediately and be interested so that they can read your content more and see what it is about. So the best way to do this is by using cool graphics, pictures, cool heading, or something that grabs the attention of the reader immediately. Colors that pop are great, pictures that mean a lot, things of that nature, so that when the person sees it, they need to be interested and want to read more and learn more about your company or your service or product or whatever you're posting about. Also, whenever you post something, keep in mind that you're most likely, if you're posting about a product or service that your company offers, it should solve the need of the person that you want to see the post. So if it's solving a need, then when you grab the attention of the reader and they see what your content is or your service or product, they can say to themselves, well, yes, this solves a need that I have, and they'll be more inclined to reach out to you or buy your product or service or go to your website, things of that nature, which is really what you should use LinkedIn for. Okay, so the second step that I have, and this is pretty obvious, but I'll just get into how you can do this. The second step is you need to reach a very large audience on LinkedIn or any real social media platform to have any growth or impact at all. On LinkedIn, what you can do, which is a great way and something that I utilized in my internships, is the use of hashtags. So I can't give you specific hashtags to use because it differs in whatever industry that you're in. However, just know that you need to do research on those hashtags and on the best hashtags that you can use in whatever industry that you're working in or your company is in. And that'll help you reach a larger audience and the audience that you want seeing posts. And additionally, with hashtags, while using hashtags that are important in your industry is very crucial, also using generally popular hashtags are great as well. Don't just use random hashtags that have nothing to do with your post, but utilizing specific hashtags that are just popular on LinkedIn that could really be tied into anything that you post about is a great way to just reach a more general audience, which is also very important, even if they're not your target market. And lastly, with the hashtags, make sure to not overdo it with the hashtags. I would say maybe at most 8 hashtags per post. Really, you want to go for 6 or less, and just want to make sure that you use the best hashtags that you can for whatever your post or industry is in. And another way to reach larger audiences on LinkedIn is to join groups. So I learned this kind of halfway through my internship, but it definitely helped grow the LinkedIn profile of the company that I work for very quickly. So what you can do on LinkedIn is search for groups that are in your industry or have some interest in your industry. So for my job, I work, as I said, for a consulting company, and so I searched for consulting companies in that same industry. And when you join these groups, and whenever you post something, not only does the audience that follows you sees these, but also everyone in that group, even if they don't follow your account specifically, they can see these posts. And that's a quick way to grow your audience without really needing a lot of followers at first. So these thousands of people can see your posts by just being in the group that you follow. and this allows you to grow your audience very rapidly. And the last piece of advice I have for reaching a larger audience on LinkedIn is knowing the optimal times to post. So not every time is going to do the same thing for you, and there are specific times every single day. And there are the best days to post and the worst days to post and the worst hours and the best hours to post. And utilizing these times are going to be crucial. And now when you're big enough, it doesn't really matter when you post because you have hundreds of thousands of followers, things of that nature. But when you're getting started and you have a couple hundred or just even like a couple thousand followers, utilizing these optimal post times are so crucial because they'll allow you to reach large audiences. And it's kind of allowing you to reach these audiences for free simply by knowing what times to post and not having to spend extra money to reach larger audiences in your target market. So the best way to know about these optimal times are to really do your research and take your notes on them. I did this for my internship, and that was a couple months ago, so I think optimal times do oftentimes change, and so make sure to use recent articles about what the optimal times to post is because they can change pretty rapidly. The last step I have for you to grow your LinkedIn or the company LinkedIn that you work for is to be consistent with your posting. So just like with any other social media, consistency is really key. For LinkedIn, as from what I remember in my research I did months ago, you want to post every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. You want to post at least 5 times a week, and you have to be very consistent with these posts. Obviously, when you're a company that's just getting started, you might not even have that much to post about, and you don't want to really overdo it and just post nonsense just to post. So that's not a good idea. So really, if the 5 times a week is a little too much and it's not very feasible, at least doing it 3 times a week will be a great way to start. Posting consistently will allow you to stay in the LinkedIn algorithm, and it'll help people see your content more every single day. And the truth is, the most important thing about growing your LinkedIn or growing your products or services is to be in people's minds every single day. And the best way to do that is if they see your posts and about your company every single day. This way, if they see your posts every single day and your products and services every single day, they'll be more inclined to think about it on the daily and be more inclined to make it an essential tool for them to use in order to solve whatever problems they have. If they see it only once every week or once every 2 weeks or something like that, they'll probably have forgotten it the last time they saw it, and so it won't be a real big impact compared to if they saw it every single day. So that's a very important part of LinkedIn, but also any social media that you use as well. So those are really my 3 tips to grow on LinkedIn. As I said, I was able to grow my company's LinkedIn account following in a matter of 3 months by by nearly 50%, by over 40%. And I think that it can be done with anything. LinkedIn should be a way for people to reach your website. So having your website everywhere on LinkedIn that they can reach and just click on link to get to is very crucial. You don't want LinkedIn to be your website. You want LinkedIn to be a form that they can get to your website on. And that way you'll get a lot more growth and eyes on your website and your product and services a lot faster. There are millions of people on LinkedIn, and all you have to do is reach them, and I hope that these tips help you do so.